In 1997, I was working alone at a church in Surrey, British Columbia. So Surrey is a big city with a high indigent population. And a man came knocking on the back door. Church was locked. I was there by myself. It was after hours. I opened the door and he said, "Do you have any food or any money?" I said, "We don't have any food. Our food pantry's closed and I don't have any money. I'm so sorry, I can't help you." Well, he wouldn't leave and he became aggressive. And eventually he attacked me. He tried to bite me and he scratched my arms. I had to physically throw him out of the church and he began to cuss at me and tell me, "I have AIDS. You're going to die." Now, the truth is, I don't know if he had AIDS or not, but I never contracted it if he did, and I didn't die. But I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified about what was going to happen to me. He was bigger than me. He was disturbed, and I thought I was hooped. As a result, we've got policies in place now that protect our staff, that protect our employees, that protect our church, because not everybody who's in need of help is ready to receive the kind of help we're ready to give. So we put protections in place for people so that scary things like that happen less frequently or are less effective when they do happen. But here's the thing. Sometimes I think we need to ignore those policies. Now, I don't want my staff to ignore them, or rather, I don't want to put the expectation on my staff that they ignore them, but sometimes I ignore them. We have a policy that you never meet somebody alone at the church because you don't know if you could be attacked like I was. Sometimes I feel the Holy Spirit say, "You know what? You need to meet this person alone. He's a guy. It's late at night. He needs help. Maybe you help him." We have a policy that our staff never give money to anyone, but sometimes I give money, my own money out of my own pocket, to people who are in need. Now, it breaks the policy. It violates the policy. But I feel like the policies are there for our protection. They're good, they're important, but sometimes the Holy Spirit says, in this case, in this moment, your policy is wrong. And we've always got to leave space in our thinking for the fact that the Spirit ought to trump our policy whenever He wants. If you read the New Testament over and over and over again, you get the sense that God's Spirit is on the move. In the book of Acts, you have a charismatic leadership structure. You have people being blown all over the place, sometimes by persecution, sometimes by hunger, sometimes by need. And it's the movement of God's Spirit doing that. And it's the movement of God's Spirit that's doing that stuff in us too. And sometimes He's saying, don't worry so much about the rules. Just love people. And we should.